This is another multiple choice question about the labour market. This is asking which of these things could lead to an increase in demand for engineers. Just to recap, if you're drawing the labour market for engineers, it will look like this. Remember that on the Y in the sky axis, you need to put the wage rate because you pay your labour a wage, and on the X axis you put quantity. The supply of labour, supply in the sky, that's being supplied by people who are engineers. They are supplying their labour into the market. Demand for labour, D down, that is by firms. Firms demand the labour of these engineers. So then looking at this question, we want which of these could lead to an increase in the demand for engineers. Higher wages for engineers, because the wages are on the y-axis. If we have a change in wages, we just move along the demand curve or along the supply curve if it's a change in the wage. As it is, this is our equilibrium wage rate and our equilibrium quantity. And if we have an increase in the demand for engineers, that would actually shift the demand curve right. And if we have a change in the wages for engineers, that's just moving along the demand curve. It's not shifting it. We want to know something that's going to shift the demand curve to the right. So this one isn't right. The next one, more engineering firms. This is the right answer, because if you have more engineering firms, all the engineering firms are demanding engineers to work in them, and therefore this will increase the demand for engineers. The impact of that would be to shift the demand curve to the right from D to D1. And just as an aside, you can see that when that happens, the wage rate increases from W to W1 and the quantity increases from Q to Q1. Just to check the last two answers, we want an increase in the demand for engineers, more engineers coming from abroad. That will increase the supply of engineers in the market. That won't have an impact on demand, so that's wrong. And the last one, more engineering courses available at colleges. If more people can go to college to do engineering, that will mean more people become engineers, and that will increase the supply of engineers. So again, that is incorrect. Therefore, we were right. It's having more engineering firms, so the answer is B.